Hey everyone, Jason here. So today we're going to talk about stage 3 of the UbD design template. This stage is where you put everything that you've been working towards into action. We'll begin by looking at the goals, establishing smart learning objectives, and then we will begin taking over the where to in the lesson. So as we talk to the where to, the first step is the where. That's where we establish the where, the what, and really what the students are there to learn. As you can see here, we first take a look at the relevance of the material that we are covering, and then we take a look at how we will diagnose them to understand whether or not they are able to do those lessons. After we've taken a look at the where, the next thing that we look at is the hook and the hold. How are we going to hook their attention, and how are we going to hold their attention? In my module, I'm going to begin by playing an activity where I have the class think about a time when they ordered something and the sense of anticipation and how it made them feel. This will give me a feeling to reference back to throughout the remainder of the lesson. After we talk a bit about tracking, I'm going to play the beginning of a phone call, one where the customer was very upset. I'm hoping that that emotion will tie back to the original emotion when we discussed how they felt when they were looking to receive their packages. Finally, I will play the end of a phone call at the end of the lesson where the customer is satisfied and happy with the resolution. Some of the technology that we will utilize for the hook is obviously audio and video of the customer. We want the associates to be able to visualize the customer to understand how she is feeling. The E in where to is all about the experience and exploration of the big idea. This is where we will talk about how the students will uncover the meaning of the unit. Next is the R. The R is where we will talk about rethinking, revising, and refining what our students are thinking about the opportunities and the information that is being covered in the unit. This is where we will also encourage them to reflect and self-regulate, allowing them to really practice that metacognitive skill of self-regulation and self-actualization to see if they really do understand the material. After we talk about the rethink, revise, and refine, and reflect and self-regulate, we go to the next E, which is all about evaluate. And this is where we're going to create our formative feedback. This is how students will get information about how they're doing, and they'll get information about how they are retaining the information and understanding everything, allowing them to move towards mastery of the different learning objectives. Next is tailored. This one is one that you'll spend a little bit more time on. As you can see, it's all about personalizing the lesson to the student. So how will you overcome having a classroom filled with people who are novice in the area, people who are intermediate, and people who are advanced, all working towards the same goal? By tailoring the lesson, it allows you to better adapt to the students and engage them throughout the entire learning, keeping it interesting for those who already have an understanding and making it simple to understand for those who may not. Finally, you want to look at how everything is organized. The organization of the lesson is what's going to help you really focus on the habits of mind for your students and help you to develop their technological skills. Additionally, this will allow you to analyze your students' results and see how they are doing and how they are working towards mastery of the goals. So as you can see, where to in stage 3 is really what it is all about. How are we tailoring our lessons to our students, and how are we helping them get to the information we want them to understand? Alright, that's all that I have for you guys this week. I will see you again in our next lesson.